Right, the Renegade Row. The Renegade Row is one of those exercises, if you do a lot of back work, so you've done bent over rows, single arm rows, and you're going, where can I go next? Well, here we go, we've got the Renegade Row. It's such a great whole body movement to do. There's points that, again, we're going to talk about. Make sure that you're hitting, make sure you're performing the exercise correctly. When we start off doing the Renegade Row, it is better to start light because it does surprise you how difficult it is working through the trunk and torso. Working through that middle, you really do feel yourself really switching on. And you don't want to look an idiot by going too heavy in the gym and then tripping up or not being able to complete the full movement. So your setup position with it. What we're going to be using today, we're going to be using dumbbells. These dumbbells are anti-roll. You really want to get ones that have got flat sides because it'll stop them rolling, because it's hard. You don't want the ones that are round, because just in case it becomes too heavy or you're getting fatigued, it's a higher chance of an injury occurring for that. You can also use kettlebells, but if you're using kettlebells during Renegade Row, be warned, if you're using small ones, so anything for 8 kilograms, it's difficult because they're really unbalanced. So it's better to use the sport kettlebells or competition kettlebells when performing Renegade Rows. So what we want to do to set up this, we're going to be going into like a press-up position. So as you get into press-up position, the points you need to think about is you need to be in level with your wrist, elbow and shoulder. Because it's a Renegade Row, you see it quite a lot in the gyms that people have the weights too far in front. They need to be underneath that centre of mass. So if I set up here, this is what I need to be. Okay, so they're shoulder width apart. You're setting up, so you're in that press-up position from here. If you want to regret and make this exercise easier, you can take your legs wider apart to increase that base of support, so that'll help you when performing the exercise. You can even, if that's still an issue, you can drop onto your knees when performing the Renegade Row as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to demonstrate in that press-up position first. What we need to make sure of as well is that we don't want this hip shift. So when I'm performing this exercise, I create that whole body tightness and I'm rowing the dumbbell up to just underneath my armpit. So if you watch here, I'll take my legs just a bit wider than shoulder width apart, create that tightness. So if you could see there, I created the tightness across my body. I had an inhaled in, locked in that nice and tight, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, drawing through that trunk and torso. So it makes that whole body lovely and tight and strong. Then I rode the dumbbell up, okay? Don't rush this movement. You've got a choice. You can either go, do the movement, the whole on one side when performing that, or you can alternate arm, okay? When you alternate arm, people have the tendency to start swinging their hips. So have a little pause in the middle. So from that position, you can row, set yourself, and then row. Reset, row. Reset, row. It doesn't want to be like this. Okay, you're not doing yourself any favours performing an exercise like that, because you're going to have a ceiling on how much weight you can lift and how many reps you could do. A progression on from the Renegade Row is you can add a press up into this. Okay, so set yourself into position, nice and tight, lock yourself in, squeeze Those arms nice and tight. You're going to drop yourself into a press up, top position, row, press, row, press. Okay, and that really becomes a full body compound movement. You know, you're working opposites, you're rowing, you're working your push and pull mechanics. Adding that into your workout is really going to up the intensity and make that workout a lot harder than it used to be by just doing basic, your single arm rows and your bent over rows.